Hello aspirants, so welcome back to the session of Ecology and Environment lecture series. Today we shall discuss about the protected area networks that is coming under in situ conservation methods of biodiversity, which are half of them are mentioned here: national parks, wildlife sanctuary, tiger reserves, and world heritage sites. So first let's begin the discussion with the national park. National park is an area of strictly reserved for the betterment of wildlife and biodiversity. The activities like developmental forestry, poaching, hunting, and the grazing on cultivation are not permitted here. Their boundaries are very well marked and circumscribed. That means it is well defined. And then there is no alteration of any kind of boundaries in the national park. Thus, it shall be made except with a resolution by the State Legislative Assembly. National Parks of India are under the IUCN Category 2 of protected areas that recognize a geographical space, a recognized, dedicated, and management with legal and effective means for a long-term conservation methods. And who declares a national park? It's a state government that will declare whether there is a sanctuary, it's a sanctuary importance or not. And there is no human activity that is permitted inside. And the national parks have been designed under the legal framework of Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. So first let's begin with the discussion of some of the parks. I'll be discussing in a random manner because the slides would just go on pump up to a very high level. So this is a chart mentioning the national parks of India. So the first thing is that I'll start the discussion with the Jim Corbett because it's the first national park of India, which is in Uttarakhand, 1936. It's also before it was known as Haley National Park. It was launched under the Project Tiger. Under Project Tiger, this was the first site which was established for identifying the tiger population. And then fish eating otters, crocodiles, sal, sisok, hare, plant, visible trees, Chir and Pine, and Sonamadi, Mandal, and Palnai rivers flow through this. River Kosi also runs through the park. So some of the species like tiger, leopard, elephant, spotted deer, sambar, nilgai, and some of the species, important species. So the discussion of each of the park I'll be discussing here is regarding the importance of it, or some of the plant and animal species, and some of the characteristics of this national park. Then come, let's see the Kaziranga National Park of Assam, where the one great Indian one-horned rhinoceros is available. It is declared a tiger reserve in 2006, as well as the national park is inhabiting with Asiatic elephants, wild water buffaloes, swamp deers. It's also home to hollow gibbon. It's declared as a forest reserve in the year 1908 as a wildlife sanctuary. It is coming under the tropical moist deciduous mixed deciduous forest as well as semi-evergreen forest also. It is surrounded by some of the some portion of Brahmaputra river on the north side and Karbi Anglon mountains on the south side. That is a description about Kaziranga. Then Kanchenjunga. Kanchenjunga is in Sikkim, which is a mixed world heritage site having the criteria of both national and natural and cultural heritage. The peak of mountain Kanchenjunga is available here. That is why the name of the national park is put up with the same name. It lies in the global biodiversity hotspot of eastern Himalayan regions. The cultural significance of multi-layered landscape is available here. Let's come into the Silent Valley Park of Kerala, which is a preserving the natural rainforest, significant population of lion-tailed macaque. Then Nilgiri Langur, the river of Kuntipuja passes through the Silent Valley Park, which is the national park in Kerala. Then comes the Namdafa. Namdafa is another other Arunachal Pradesh National Park, which is also tiger reserve in a national park on Changlang district, Indian Myanmar border. And now the Hang River passes through it. Tiger, leopard, snow leopard, clouded leopard are important species here. Hollow gibbons are highly endangered. The only endemic species that is available in here is Hollow gibbon. Then comes Bittarkanika of Odisha. Bittarkanika is of wildlife sanctuary, national park, and also a Ramsar site. It is not a tiger reserve. It is a breeding site for olive ridley turtles which are vulnerable under the category of IUCN Red Book status. Then Desert National Park of Rajasthan, where the Nilgai, blackbuck, chinkara, great Indian bustard, which is critically endangered, is available in the Desert National Park. Then Eravikulam Park, National Park of Kerala, which is a park holding the endangered Nilgiri Thai, that is a state animal of the Kerala as well as Tamil Nadu also. The park holds a destination for the hill slopes Nilkurinji tree, which we will discuss in the plants important portion, which we've already actually discussed in the plant diversity. There I've discussed about the Nilkurinji plant. It's an important species in the Ervakulam area, national park area. Rajaji National Park of Uttarakhand, where the Asian elephant river Ganges flows through it. The reservoir is also important because there are other sanctuaries that are available around it, just like the Chilla sanctuary, and then some kind of species like Indian tiger, gharial, wild brooks, and some of the portions of basic importance is that Rajaji National Park was established in 1983, combining three sanctuaries. That is why it's a wide in the area. Then comes the Bandhavgarh National Park in Madhya Pradesh. Bandhavgarh is in Vindhyan mountain ranges of central India. A park declared in 1968 with the site famous for white tigers of Rewa. It includes Nilgai, Chausinga, Chital, Chinkara wild boar, and fox and jackal, which is the Bandhavgarh National Park of Madhya Pradesh. Now we shall discuss the Indravati National Park, which is in Chhattisgarh area. 1983 under Project Tiger, it has come under Indravati River flows through it. That is why the name given is Indravati National Park. Wild Asian buffalo is found here. Nagarhole National Park of Karnataka is also called as Rajiv Gandhi National Park. Bandipur National Park adjoins it. It's also a tiger reserve. It also is making some part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Then Nokrek National Park, which is in Meghalaya, falls the presence of endangered red panda here. It is in Garo Hills of Meghalaya. Remember that because some previous year question has been asked on that. Mudumalai Wildlife Sanctuary of Tamil Nadu, which is the northwestern side of Nilgiris, declared a tiger reserve. Pench is of Madhya Pradesh, Satpura Hills. Then Ranthambore, Rajasthan, is on Vindhyan Hill Ranges, which is also and the confluence of Banas and Chambal. So Ranthambore is that national park. Sundarbans is another Ganga and Brahmaputra confluence. Large mangrove forest is available in Sundarbans. And then Khana National Park of Madhya Pradesh, where Barasinga is a swamp deer, which is also the state animal of Madhya Pradesh, is found. So these are the some of the national park based on which we have discussed, and some of the Andaman Nicobar important national park is Mahatma Gandhi Marine National Park, which is also called as Vandoor. It is near the Port Blair of the South Andaman region. Corals and sea turtles are very important and majorly found here. There are dense mangrove vegetation and sand covered beaches here available in this spot. So that is all the discussion about the national parks, which I've mentioned in these slides in a small format. I wanted to show you this chart and then explain it to you, because you will have a picturesque idea about it rather than just reading through the slides. So you can just pause the video and look up the discussion which I've already made. So all of these portions I've just dealt with you now. So you can just pause it and look at it any point of time. So some of the important notes is that Nanda Devi Flurry of Flowers became a national park in 1988. Highest altitude park is Hemis National Park, which is in Jammu. Gulf of Kutch is the first marine national park. So wildlife sanctuaries are another. There is another level of discussion of protected areas, which is called as a wildlife sanctuaries. Wildlife sanctuaries. Why is it important? Because there is another level of protected areas where conservation, protection, and management of wildlife and its habitat occurs. There is an adequate ecological, floral, faunal, geomorphological, natural, and zoological significance attached to it. There is some kind of human settlement is available. It's not totally restricted. Tourism is allowed, and many other activities are allowed, but not. It will be regulated but not restricted. So, who declares it? A state government by notification declares it with the permission from the National Wildlife Board of India. Then the first marine national park in India is the Gulf of Kutch area, and then the Mukundpur of area of Madhya Pradesh is the first world's wild tiger sanctuary. These are the two important portions that you have to just keep it in your mind. What is the difference between a national park and a wildlife sanctuary? Only thing is that the restriction is the difference, where national park will never have a boundary. National park has a defined boundary, whereas wildlife sanctuary will never have a total defined boundary. That is why the regulated activities occur, not the prohibited ones. So that is a discussion on national park and wildlife sanctuary. So then next comes the tiger reserves. What are the tiger reserves? Tiger reserves, Project Tiger. There is a Project Tiger scheme that was launched in 1973. It's a centrally sponsored scheme of government of India. They have thought that okay, the tiger population has been reducing, so let's do something or the other to increase the population of tiger. So in 1972, the Wildlife Protection Act has come, and after that, one body of National Tiger Conservation Authority has been established, which is a statutory body under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, and it will give some technical guidance as well as a funding support also. So the list of tiger reserves in the country is this map that defines. the list of tigers. Like in the Andhra Pradesh, there is Nagarjuna Srisalam, Arunachal Pradesh of Namdapha Pake Kamlang, Assam Manas Nameri Kaziranga Orang, Bihar Valmiki Chhattisgarh Indravati Achnakamar Udanti, Jharkhand Palamau, Bandipur Nagarhole, and Biligiri Ranganathan Temple of Karnataka, Kerala Parambikulam Periyar, Madhya Pradesh Khana Pench Bandhavgarh Panna. So total, all in all, there are 15 lists. You can just go through it, and I'll anyway give it into the PDF portions. Next, let's get into the discussion of UNESCO World Heritage Site. So UNESCO World Heritage Site is a place of importance that is listed under the United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization. In 1972, they have come up with some natural, cultural and some portions of mixed heritage sites in the country. So it will encourage the countries to protect the world heritage, then encourage the state parties to also have nominate them some territories under these lists, so that which are very important, which are very old in age. Also, some of the parties also will safeguard it through their technical assistance. So some of the world heritage sites of India. Before that, you just an extra information that first world heritage city was declared by UNESCO is the Ahmedabad city. It has a physical beauty of architectural heritage with the eastern bank of the Sabarmati river flowing through it. Then the list of the natural world heritage site, which is 7 in number: Great Himalayan National Park of Himachal Pradesh, Western Ghats of Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Nanda Devi and Valley Flowers in Uttarakhand, Manas in Assam, Keoladeo, Rajasthan, Kaziranga, Assam, Sundarbans, and in West Bengal. Some of the cultural world heritage sites, which are total now presently are 29 in number, that has been mentioned. And then 3 point the third point is the mixed world heritage sites in India, which is a Kanchenjunga National Park. It has the cultural landscape, natural as well as some cultural significance attached to it. So the next session will be about biodiversity, heritage sites, global geoparks, coastal protected areas, sacred groves, and some of the previous year's questions. Let's solve it. So until the next session, please go through the personal guidance program, which is a very innovative program, and you will have some mentorship under Aurora sir, who will guide you step by step to the UPSC process. So until the next class, you can always contact in below mentioned details for the details of the program. So until the next class, take care. Jai Hind.